Hey, Walter Sorrells back with more tips for the knife maker. Today, day 3 of our neck knife build. Today, I'll make a Kydex sheath so I can hang this around my neck. On day 3, we'll be making the sheath for our neck knife from Kydex, a thermoformable plastic. In order to avoid scratching up this nice knife, I'll be using one of my regular production hawk feather knives to form the sheath. Since the demo knife here is based on the hawk feather, the sheaths will end up the same for all practical purposes. Kydex comes in big sheets, but we'll be using a smaller piece. These are handy knives for mopping up your scrap stock. For my production blades, my process is a little higher tech than this, but at the end of the day, it all comes out about the same. Cut up the Kydex. Then tape it together. Drill some 1/4-inch holes for the rivets. Now install the rivets using these homemade rivet setters. Next, I'll be heating the Kydex. I'm using a heat treating oven, but you can do this in a $20 toaster oven and it'll work just fine. The most important thing when forming Kydex is to have everything set up so that you know exactly how all your materials are oriented. You have about 5 to 10 seconds to get the knife into the Kydex before the Kydex starts to cool and you start to lose definition in the final product. You want it nice and hot when it goes into the press. So you definitely don't want to be making decisions while everything's losing heat. Now squash it in the Kydex press and leave it until it cools. Then the excess material is trimmed. In the low-tech spirit of this build, here are a couple ways you can do this using tools that don't cost a lot of money. And here's how I really do it. Now I'll smooth the edges with a felt wheel on the Dremel. Next, to hang it around the neck, I'll use paracord. A lot of people think paracord creates a strangulation hazard, and so they use thin, fragile chains. To each his own. And there we have it. Just for fun, let's watch the progress of this entire build, start to finish. Thanks for watching, guys. If you feel like you got something out of this video, don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on the link to Patreon for a great way to give back to the channel. Plus, check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Links in the description. If you want something sharp and pointy, maybe a gift for yourself or one of the cooler people in your life, check out my Tactics Armory website and pick up one of our tactical or outdoor knives. And finally, if you want to learn to make hamones or Japanese swords, check out waltersorelsblades.com, where you can find videos about how I make hamones, as well as forging, mounting, polishing, and fittings for Japanese swords. Thanks, and see you soon.